So moving on to the Instagram suggested nursing news story of the week. And I love the segment. Like I said last week, I just love the communication with me and y'all out there. So when I started doing it, I was super excited and I love this. The second story, this is just the second one and I'm already knee deep in the policy. Woo, I'm excited. This week's story, you can thank Lisa Hardy for. Her Instagram handle is Grassroots Nurse. And with that nurse handle, the story that she suggested I report on it just makes all the sense in the world. Yes, and it's close to me because it's Bernie Sanders, and y'all know I'm a Bernie bro for till death do us part, Bernie. Anyways, the story. So the UVM nurses in Vermont, so the University of Vermont Medical Center nurses have been asking for increased wages for forever. All right, so it's been taking way too long. So they put their foot down and said this needs to happen right this minute. Well, as soon as possible, right? The organization that is fighting for the nurses at the University of Vermont Medical Center is the Vermont Federation of Nurses and Healthcare Professionals. So let me just give you the bare bones of what's going on, okay? So the nurses have requested during these negotiations, and it really heated up this past summer. There's no resolution yet, but it got super hot fire this past summer. So the nurses, the union, requested for a 23% increase over the years, over 3 years, and that when you did the math and you came out with the conclusion would end up being $43 million. And I know that sounds like a lot. And yes, I know it doesn't sound like a lot. It is a lot of money, but that's for all of the nurses at the hospital. So, like I said, 23% was the original ask the nurses asked for in the beginning of these negotiations. And obviously the hospital said, no, we can't do that. That's absolutely crazy. So the proposal that the hospitals came back with included a total average base salary increase of 15% over a 3-year period, with substantial higher wages increase ranging up to 30% for nurses in certain roles. I tried to look deep. You know me, I love getting in the nitty gritty of these policy. So I wanted to know what exactly these certain roles meant, right? Because yes, 30% sounds amazing. They were asking for 23%. The hospitals threw out 30%. I was like, woot, woot. Now we're talking business, right? But no. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. They do put that 30% out there just to shush to the nurses. Those certain roles, when I tried to find out what that actually meant, vast majority of my conclusion where it came up to, because they don't really have an exact answer for what those certain roles are. At least I haven't found it, and if you did, please let me know. But those certain roles end up being management, upper management, and very, very specific nurses, like OR trained certified nurses for 16 years that you've been here with us at UV, like very stringent. The vast majority, I would say 80 to 90% of the nurses at UVM would get, if they agreed to that to that contract, would be getting the 15%. Okay, so the union said, you know what, 23% might be too high, but there's no way we're going to settle for 15%. The union current proposal was 20% over the same 3-year period. So 20% increase in salary over the same 3-year period. And the Deb Snell stated, "We are fighting for contract that supports recruitment and retention of skilled nurses and addresses the real staffing crisis. 15% just is not going to cut it." And this I love. I'm going to just continue to read because I love the fact that this was noted, okay? So in financial statement, which revealed significant increases to executive compensation, including over. Listen, the nurses are asking for a 20% increase now. So, including over a 20% annual raise for the president, Elaine Whalen, bringing her salary to up and over $1 million, and the CEO's John Bromsted's annual salary of over $2 million. Listen, you are the top of the top. You make all the big decisions. You decide where the hospital is going. Respect. I got you. You deserve it. You make those decisions. I don't want your responsibility. I don't want to be the CEO of the hospital. I'm a nurse and I love being a nurse. But there is no way in goddamn hell you can tell us tell us. Tell the nurses at the hospital, you do not deserve a 20% increase. It just doesn't make any sense. While at the same time, both the president and the CEO got a 20% plus increase annually. This is part of their just contract. Annually, you get a 20 or higher increase in your salary, which puts their salary from 2017 over 1 million for the president and over 2 million for the CEO. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the hypocrisy in the arguments of this negotiation is insanity, right? Yeah, you might say, all right, Q, the 1 million and the 2 million compared to the 43 million is very vastly different. But who's doing the care? It's a hospital that they're taking care of, right? It's the hospital that they're the CEO and president of. Who is doing the hands-on care of these patients at the hospital? It is the patients. It is the nurses through and through. I think the story is absolutely insane. I want you to watch a mini clip of Bernie Sanders at one of the rallies here this past summer. Bernie Sanders standing up for nurses. Bernie Sanders standing up for my people. Bernie Sanders standing up for me. I love it. Just watch it. And he goes in, ladies and gentlemen. He goes in.
We serve 1 million patients a year from upstate New York and Vermont. And we are always on the side of the public. We're here on your side, by your side, because we care.
Without a strong, dedicated nursing workforce, no hospital can provide the quality care that patients deserve. Now, why is it so hard for the medical center to attract and retain nurses? Well, maybe it has something to do with the fact that, according to research done by the nurses, Vermont currently ranks 47th in the nation in terms of nurse wages adjusted for the cost of living.
Like Bernie Sanders said, the nurses are just not getting paid enough. They're just not. I can just say it right here, loud and proud, cue the nurse, and I'm sure many of the nurses here in Massachusetts would stand with the nurses fighting for higher wages in Vermont, specifically the University of Vermont Medical Center. I'm hoping, I am praying. Please let me know if I need to make some calls, talk to the representative, talk to whoever. Let me know out there. Lisa, grassroots nurse, please go check her out. Link's going to be in the description box below. But let me know what I can do to help you guys get those increase in wages, right? The nurses over there, I want to fight for you so one day you guys can fight for me, because we're in this together, y'all. We're in this together. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate this. If you guys were informed or educated in any way, shape, or form by these stories, please hit that like button. If you liked my presentation of the news, I really suggest you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know every time Q the Nurse drops some hot, fresh press news. Thank you. Catch you next week. Deuces.